everybody, and welcome back to World Championship Weekend 2015. We are all the way into the quarterfinals match now. This is Zach Bunn on the right playing his Navy against Leopold Hess on the left playing what looks like Smugglers. And we are honoured to have Tom Melucci join us for commentary again. Hey, Tom.
Hey, Andy, what's going on?
Navy Star Destroyer decks, that's what's going on. And crazy obnoxious camera glare. Looks like Leopold isn't running too many Smugglers. He's got Heroes of the Rebellion, so piloted vehicles can't be targeted by events. He's got Rogue Squad Assault in the middle there, which is card draw, and he's got Defensive Yavin, which means he can discard cards to pay for vehicles.
Seems pretty good. On the Navy side, we have Deploy the Fleet, the Tarkin Doctrine, and Imperial Entanglements, which I think those are the three objectives that this deck wants to see. So
Pretty much.
it's pretty good.
Zach doing some maths. Can take a bit of a few minutes to decide what you want to do and how you spend your money, especially when Deploy the Fleet is on the board.
Yes, we're going to start with Anita here. And he has one big capital ship, sure.
Oof.
So that's 1, 2...
2 damage.
Yep, and then the reduction of 2, and then Nita in. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yep.
He doesn't have Might of the Empire, so do you commit that? I guess you do. There it is. Alright, so this is the start of the top 4. This is at the point where I'm waiting now to see the winner of this game goes on to play David, and the winner of that game goes on to play me. So this is... I did not get to watch this live.
So this is new to you, is it?
Yeah, I was avoiding... Well, I mean, all the videos we've been watching have been new because I was playing games during those games too.
Yep.
But specifically, like, I wasn't playing at this point in time, but I also wasn't watching this, obviously. So got a resupply depot?
It is. Discard a card from hand and focus it to give vehicle an icon of your choice. Usually a tactics or a blast if you need it to close the game out.
Yep. It's a pretty good card.
But yeah, we're at the point now where this is the only match going on. So, Zach slogged his way all the way through, losing his first match in the championship round, and is now at the final table. Just got to make it through the quarters, the semis, and face you, potentially. Leopold's done the same.
Got a Rogue Squadron X-Wing here. Great if you have a pilot. I mean, you just spent the rest of your resources, so hopefully it's a free pilot. And a Y-Wing, which is pretty good against this one defender, right? Because you're going to get some damage off. Although that defender will have a gun because of Imperial Entanglements.
Yeah.
So if it blocks the Y-Wing, that Y-Wing would die. But if you don't block... Ooh, staying on target, a pilot. I would think you want to trigger that resupply depot to give... Yep, there it is. Probably give him a tactics and lock down that ship so then the Y-Wing could get 3 free damage through.
Now, so resupply depot gives the vehicle the icon for the whole engagement? Or for the turn? Rather than just one strike, doesn't it, I think?
I'm not sure.
Looks like it's done 2 and then another 2 plus unopposed.
Oh, so he must have given it a blast.
Giving it a blast and struck twice by discarding the pilot.
Is that right? Because now you can't get that Y-Wing through unopposed, right?
And you can't take the force either. And that's Tarkin Doctrine gone as well.
It is till the end of the phase, yeah.
So Zach, looks like they didn't trigger the tax. He was happy for Tarkin to be the target there.
I think he expected the tactics to come out because I think I even saw him put a focus token on the ship.
Tactics up
that's
3.
Ooh, flipping sabotage is not great. Discard a Battle of Hoth.
Draws a Chimera. Always a unit I want to see. And some targeted strike troopers, which are money against vehicle decks.
Yeah, I mean, this is a pretty good start. I feel like I would have really rathered have the if he had double striked with the tactics. I mean, that objective would have only taken 3 damage, right? Not 5.
Yep.
But he could have gone. He could have tactics the ship. Tactics it again if he wanted. That ship's not elite, right? No, it has shield and it's not elite. So he could have tactics it again to lock it down, and then he could have set the Y-wing into something else to do 3 damage, and you actually would have net gained 1 damage if you had done it that way.
Ooh, damage and deploy the fleet twice more.
That's a board right there. Chimera and 2 assault teams.
Lord. Now those assault teams are only doing 2 damage, so they can't one-shot the X-wing.
But they can kill the Y-wing.
Can kill the Y-wing.
No, they're dealing 3 because of the Imperial.
Because of entanglements, yeah. Good spot. So that X-wing should die. Clears the board.
Seems pretty good, right?
It's what the trooper team's designed to do. Yeah, and you want to keep this rebel deck on the back foot as much as you can, really.
Yeah, but Zach did just do 2 more damage, so now Leopold is only 6 damage away from finishing this game. And Leopold probably doesn't realize it at this point, but Zach does not play Yularen, so that damage is not being removed.
No.
Ooh, and I see a Rebel Assault did just get picked up, which is it's a pretty good card. I saw a ship and a pilot, too. 2 Rebel Assaults?
Just the one, I think. Maybe. I
No,
can't quite see.
I think the second and third card are both Rebel Assaults. I mean, this game is going to be a race, right? What's the dial at?
Dial's at
2?
3.
Oh, yeah, because he didn't take the
Yeah,
force.
Zach held the force with the Star Destroyer. So Dial's on 3. But yeah, this is, as you say, 6 damage away for the light side. Zach's monster Star Destroyers are already on the board, so it's not going to be a long game.
No, and with both assault teams on the board, I feel like anything Leopold plays is just going to die the turn after it comes out.
Yeah, Leopold just has to deploy and swing. There's no point sitting back and holding the force. The things are just going to get totally destroyed. Blockade runner.
That's pretty good right now, huh?
Whew. Cannot be blocked. Zach is laughing. Oh dear.
Leopold, I think Zach's laughing because he knows, he remembers those days, right? The days of the sleuth and the blockade runner just being wild.
Unopposed. Discards a card and focuses the resupply depot. Tactics not doing anything for you here, Leopold, really, unless you lock down one of those teams.
Which doesn't even really help you, right? Because the blockade runner is going to die to the other one anyway.
Yeah, so it's a bomb for me.
It's either a bomb or it's lockdown Nita, but like he has 2.
Chooses to lock down Nita with a focus.
If he does have 2 rebel assaults in his hand, which I believe is what he has, then he should just win this game next turn, right?
Yeah, if he's got both, play one.
And I'm pretty sure I saw 2.
Yeah, as long as Zach can't win. Well, that was on 5. So if Zach destroys all 3 and has Empire Strikes Back, which I think is in Yularen's pod.
No, I think it's in Might of the Empire.
Okay, so if Zach can pull Empire Strikes Back.
Yeah, Yularen has. Yeah, no, it's in Might of the Empire.
So Dow's on 5, 3 objectives plus Strikes Back could close the game out here for Zach.
I'm double checking my claim. Pretty sure.
Zach pitches a twist.
Yeah, it's in Might of the Empire. He doesn't need a twist. There's no defenders.
No.
So he needs Might of the Empire, and he needs. He has 3, 4, 5 blast on the board. If he gets his shield in resource, that would help a lot.
Yeah.
Zach is definitely considering his options here. You definitely got to assume that no matter what, you got to at least just send in one of those assault teams to kill that blockade.
The blockade runner's causing you headaches here.
I don't care what else you do with this turn, you got to do that.
And then, I mean, how much do you leave on the defense here, Tom? You're 3 damage away from losing.
If you cannot win the game right now, I think you want to leave at least one of those assault teams and probably a shielding unit. I know Zach plays a bunch of different shields and stuff. Looks like Zach has a lot of big stuff in his hand. He's a decimator. Plays that. Locking out Nita means he lost 2 of his resources. So yeah, he just plays the decimator. It looks like he's moving to conflict now.
Yeah. Decimator's good though. It is able to block those stealthy units and will strike first.
Alright, so assault team goes in, puts another damage down, kills the blockade runner. I feel like in this position, I want to at least be using the big guy, right? Like, well, he's your one shielding guy.
He is.
There's another.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the Chimera is your one tactics. Maybe just send the Decimator in there, put down 2 damage on one of those. Like, you got to set up for next turn, right?
Yeah. Oh, does swing with the big man. Shield and 4 damage will take out
Defense,
which is a good call actually. It means that Leopold can't just discard and deploy 3 or 4 units.
Sure.
But that's risky on Zach's part. He's got no shielding on the defense now, so he's just got to win fights and clear the attackers.
I think he has pretty good edge in his hand.
Yep. Leopold
hey.
draws the other defensive Yavin. Oh dear.
Leopold keeps all of his cards.
Red 2 and a Juros Smuggler. Oh, Rebel Assault. There goes one of the objectives. Oh, and a second one, but it is limit once per turn. So you just pass.
I remember this from Worlds. This is very sad. You do just pass. In this case, you say, okay, pass the turn.
Rebel Assault.
Rebel assaulted on their turn. But it looks like he's playing an X-Wing here. I think he assumes with an X-Wing and a free pilot,
he can get.
You need 1 damage. The assault team now only has 1 gun, doesn't get the +1 anymore.
Yep.
So as long as that assault team doesn't, that X-Wing doesn't die in 1 hit, which it could die.
Chimera with an extra gun could take it out. Whew. Zach has an action. Oh, can he?
He can tractor
beam off of his Star Destroyer onto the X-Wing. Oh, no, he can't, actually, because of Heroes of the Rebellion. Can't be targeted whilst it's piloted. That should not happen.
Oh, yeah.
Oh.
Well, that's pretty important.
Okay, looks like that wasn't caught, but Leopold can remove that focus by discarding the pilot. And then if he loses the edge battle, I guess it doesn't matter anyway.
Now, would you wait to play that event until after the edge battle, so that if say Leopold did have a stay on target right now, he could just bring that back, right?
Yes, true.
But yeah, so this is
all about the edge battle. If Leopold wins, game over. If Zach wins, Chimera strikes for 3 and kills it, and the pilot can't do its thing.
So really, having that pilot or not having that pilot doesn't matter. Even really relative. It's actually a better choice for Zach to just
keep the 3 pips.
Yeah, unless he predicts Leopold having like a protection or something, which would prevent it from killing it.
3-3. Zach, feel like you need to go all in here. There's no point keeping the card if you're just going to lose the game. Good man. 6 versus 6. Chimera chooses an extra gun. So that tractor beam wasn't too relevant, all being told.
Yeah, I mean, what is relevant is the fact that he could have just passed turn, right?
That is relevant, yeah.
That's super...
Yeah, disheartening. But the end of a long day, yeah, and there's the handshake. Zach can swing with an open board.
Yeah.
Double relevant assault.
I think, I mean, the problem in that position, right, is you see the play in your hand, you're like, I need to double rebel assault, and you can't do that. So he saw, I need 1 damage, and a Rogue Squadron assault, a Rogue Squadron X-Wing with a pilot can normally always strike, right? Like, unless it can be one-shotted.
Yeah.
And maybe he missed the Chimera on the board, but that's a pretty tough beat for Leopold. He made it pretty far.
Made it quarterfinals. You can't argue with that. Had a great run through the tournament. I think it was his first time at Worlds as well, so had a really great time. And it's just one of those things, I guess, that will go down in history after a long day, playing 6, 7, 8 rounds of Star Wars. These things can happen. So it's unfortunate to see someone go out like that, but Zach does take the win and moves on to the semi-finals to face Sith legend David Teetsy.
Sith legend.
But thanks again for joining me, Tom, for the commentary. It's always a pleasure having you.
Hey, thanks for having me.
And we'll move on to the later rounds. Thanks for watching, guys. You'll see us in future videos.